right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks a lot, Ken, and thank you for tuning in to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh. Give me a call tonight, 412-575-2600 is the number. You can also tweet me at Richie Walsh. Gene Collier will be joining us in just a couple moments. We're going to be talking about Buccos. Bucco Fever, I've got it. Pennant Fever, baby. Pirates score 4 in the ninth tonight to win it in New York and take 2 out of 3 from the worst team in the National League, Gene. You know, I have high hopes with this team now. Different tune from last night.
No, you don't.
Different tune. I think this team is going to make a wild card run at it.
No, you don't.
Hey, but at least they showed some character, and this is a good win for the Pirates, for a young team, to be able to battle back. They were struggling against a team that's probably the worst team in the National League, and they scored 4 runs in the ninth inning. One of the guys helping out here is Gregory Polanco, who's been on fire lately. He was batting .429 in the last 9 games coming into this game, and he was 2 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, another big hit in the ninth. When the Pirates got 4, they got a walk. They got rid of Juris Familia. And they did show some character, but, you know, a lot of teams have shown a lot of character against that Mets bullpen, Richie. The collective ERA of that outfit is somewhere between 6 and 7. But still, you'll take 2 out of 3 on the road anywhere, anytime, and now it's off to the West Coast, and let's see what happens there.
Yeah, so far they improved to 38 and 42. They're still way back in the division, 9 games right now, depending on what happens to the Brewers and the Cubs. Tonight they're playing late. Gene, I believe those games aren't over yet.
Right. So
they're going to be somewhere around 8.5 or 9.5 back in the division. Yeah, that's still within striking range, but I still think unrealistic. I like the way they won today. I like the way, you know, we go back to what we were talking about yesterday, and I think it's a big deal. And maybe if you want to give us a call tonight, 412-575-2600 is the number. You'll see the phone line. You'll see the phone number soon on the bottom of the screen here. But they don't have a showstopper. Nova did his best out there tonight. He didn't really have much run support, but I think that's what they need. That's what they had when they were winning, and this is what you stressed yesterday. They don't have the guy that can just stop losing streaks.
right, Nova was okay. I mean, technically a quality start. I was never a big fan of that stat. 6 innings, 3 runs, okay, it was fine. His problem was that they didn't score while he was in there, but, you know, he wasn't the problem. And, you know, they did plenty enough late. You know, they went into, I guess, the 6th with only 3 or 4 hits, wound up with probably 10. So, yeah, I mean, they hung in there against a bad team, but, you know, that's what you got to do.
You know, I sent out a tweet, and you get a lot of hate on Twitter sometimes,
Yes,
but I
you
did
do.
send a lot of heat, a tweet out there today. You know, in that situation, they're down by a run, the chance to tie it up. They have a runner on third, and Jordy Mercer's at the plate. And I really like that. I like Jordy Mercer in that situation. I think he's a clutch hitter in situations like that. I mean, people might disagree with me, but I wasn't making it a joke or anything. I was being serious. I mean, guys like Jordy Mercer, Francisco Cervelli in those situations, that's who I would pick to be at the plate in those situations.
Mm-hmm.
He walked. He didn't do anything, but he helped with the rally in the ninth inning.
Right, and again, tonight we see another bad play by Marte that leads to a run for the Pirates. They got lucky. I mean, he had a leadoff double to start the 8th, stole third. For what reason, no one could possibly know. They're down 3-0 on the road. He might well make the first out at third base. He doesn't care. He just goes, ends up safe, and scores on a sacrifice fly. So that's the way the rally got started.
Yeah, and I didn't hear the post-game comments. So you think he goes on his own there, I would imagine, right? They're not going to, I mean, no outs. You're not going to try to make the first out of third base.
If he's not going on his own, they should all be fired. Let me put it that way, Richard.
Well, he is the fastest guy on the team. So I don't know what he was thinking there. Also, some big Penguins news today to talk about. They go out and they get a defenseman. They trade away, you know, arguably one of their more popular players, Connor Sherry, and they trade away a guy that no one really thought was a good fit here, Matt Hunwick. I think it was a good trade for both teams. They traded both those guys, shed some salary. They only got a 4th-round pick in return, but they should feel lucky they got anything back because they shed some salary. They're going to be able to. They signed Riley Sheahan. They're going to be able to sign Jamie Alexiak with that money. Also Jack Johnson. I think this was a good move by the Penguins, something that you wouldn't see the Pirates make moves like that. But, for the Penguins, I don't mind them not getting anything in return because they can use this money to make their team better.
Right, and they do get a couple of picks, a third and a fourth. They're conditional. They could change slightly, but not by much. I don't like to see Sheary go. I always liked him as a player, and I know he went for long stretches without doing much, but I thought he always brought a lot of energy to the game. But yeah, now they've got to have room for Jack Johnson, evidently. And, that's all well and good. I know Sidney Crosby likes him. I know a lot of the Penguins like him, but, he is 31. He's coming off a terrible year. I don't know how that's going to play out.
Yeah, he had a good year 2 years ago, and obviously we don't like his stats from last year. I don't like the deal, the length of this deal. I like the fact that they're bringing Jack Johnson in maybe to help this defense, but the 5 years, the guy's 31, like you pointed out. He's going to be 36 years old. It's the same kind of, not the same kind of deal. I was kind of against the Patrick Hornquist deal, too, the length of the deal. I know they needed to sign him. He's a key piece of that team. But when you're talking about a guy that's in his early 30s and you're giving him a 5-year deal, I don't like that.
Yeah, we have to see how it plays out. It seems like a bit of a roll of the dice by Jim Rutherford.
Yeah, but I think it's a fair deal when you look at the price. That it's 5 years, 15 to 16 million. So he's not breaking the bank. He's making $3 to $3.5 million a year. So that's not going to kill the Penguins. But eventually it could turn into the Chris Kunitz kind of deal where it does hurt you. Maybe that final year of that contract. All right, well, we got to take a break. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about a sizzling shot. The Ruth's Chris sizzling shot right here. Gene, I always bring this up. I never had a hole-in-one. But we have another guy that has another hole-in-one. They keep coming in. If you know a guy that has a hole-in-one, make sure you email us. sports@kdk.com. But the sizzling shot is brought to you by Ruth's Chris at 6 PPG Place downtown, home of the sizzling steak. Done right. We're going to have to go there for a post-show meal one time, Gene.
As soon as they pay.
Back in a couple minutes.
The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters.